Wow. So tonight we had our first, well, not first. We've had a couple launch team meetings, a couple prayer meetings.
We had a launch team meeting tonight.
We had a launch team meeting tonight, and we covered some some interesting stuff. We
did.
taught the Bible, which
We did.
man, it was great. Tell me a little bit about, or tell not me. You already told me, but tell everybody a little bit about what we talked about tonight.
Well, first of all, this is Justin right here. This is Justin Daniel. He is one of the pastors for Back Bay Church. So, and then I am Adam Bennett, also one of the pastors of Back Bay Church. So yeah, we've been talking with this launch team for a while. Tonight we looked at the woman at the well, and remember, and of course you remember, you were just there.
I was juggling a toddler though while you were doing it, so I mean it was.
So we were looking at the woman at the well, and just seeing her life. She was a broken woman. She really wasn't a Jewish person. She was worshiping God, even wrongly as a Samaritan. But Jesus just came to her life, initiated a conversation with her in her life, and really told her that, listen, there's something that satisfies you. You keep thinking it's water, and you're coming back for water, but I'm going to show you something that I'm going to give you water so you'll never thirst again. Yeah. And so all of a sudden, it just transformed her life. And she wanted to go and tell everyone about this person who knew everything about her.
I think the thing that really stuck out to me when you were sharing this passage was the way in which Jesus pursued and initiated conversation with her, knowing the state and condition of life that she was in. The woman who was, just actively not living the way in which she knew she should, but not only that, but not meeting God's standard. And yet, I think most people in this world would probably say, if they're in that position, the farthest place that God would want to be, that or God wouldn't necessarily want to be next to them. And I thought it was really interesting how Jesus pursued her in that moment.
Yeah, she was. She was in a sinful relationship. She was also broken, been sent away by 5 different men, and so she was now in a place where she wasn't able to even gather water with the other women. And we can speculate that it was because of shame. And the thing is that there are so many people in this world that are like that. They're in a position, they're shamed about wherever they are, or they're not comfortable with this group or that group, or and so there are just a lot of hurting people, broken people in the world.
Yeah.
And so that's what really drives our. We've talked about it. What drives our desire to plant a church is broken people, broken homes.
Absolutely, meeting people where they're at in life. In fact, I love it because talking about Back Bay Church and really kind of landing on the mission of Back Bay Church, it's embracing those who are dissatisfied with life and guiding them to satisfaction in Christ. Really, talk about that for a second.
Just starting off with that very first word. Embracing them. And it's not just the fact that we're initiating conversations, but it's this idea of this a hug. Yeah. We want to go out to people and say, listen, I know you're not the church guy. Right. I know that you would probably
not the weird Christian kind of hug, right? Not the
side hug.
right. And we don't, all this stuff. I just need to let's keep going.
But the idea of they're hurting, and people need an embrace.
Right.
And people don't need to feel like they're being accused or attacked or anything like that. Right. They want to be loved, and we're like, hey, listen, we love you. Right. And we want the best for you. We want the best for your family, and so we want to embrace you and everything and everything that's bad about you, or all your warts and everything.
Right.
Everything about you we want to embrace.
Right.
But we also understand the second part is that we embrace the fact that you're probably dissatisfied with something in life.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna land on next. Is dissatisfaction. People probably wouldn't initially think that, hey, I'm dissatisfied. Probably a lot of people really kind of enjoy their life.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately there is.
It's like, I'm having a great time.
Right, I'm having a great time. But I know that even me, there are moments where I find myself just absolutely dissatisfied.
Yeah. Well, and I gave the example, a very simple example is, the food on the Gulf Coast is awesome.
Yeah.
I've grown up here my whole life, and I love eating.
Right.
You can tell.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
So, I just love to eat, and the thing is that I can go and eat a great dinner and stuff myself, and just go away just like just full, almost in pain. But the thing is, 6 hours later, I'm all of a sudden now dissatisfied with my hunger again. I'm hungry again. I want
generally
something.
2.5 hours later.
And so it's just as simple as that. Maybe it's this next event that's coming up, and it's like I'm bored. So so you're dissatisfied with your current event status when you're bored. So you go out and you find something to satisfy that hunger.
Yeah, living on the coast, there's all sorts of things to distract us for the moment. There's definitely living for the weekend. There is this sense of coast life.
It's fun down here.
We have wonderful things to be a part of along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and it keeps us distracted.
Yeah.
But I think just about everybody probably at some point in time goes, man, like,
is this all there is?
Is this all there is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a dissatisfaction there, and then that's why those people need to be guided.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
We all need to be guided. Not just people, but us. We need guidance, and that's the other kind of word there that was a descriptive word. Because when I think of so many, including myself at times, I kind of consider myself just out on the water. Yeah. You're beyond the horizon, or you're in the middle of the marsh, or something like that, and all of a sudden your instruments go out and you're lost. Right. You're completely lost. You just don't know where you are, right. And you need something to guide you to safety, something to guide you out of that position of lostness.
And speak to that word of satisfaction. So it's embracing those who are dissatisfied with life and guiding them to satisfaction in Christ. And I love this because in talking to a lot of different people, there's this idea that, man, if I just get this, I'm going to be satisfied. Or, God isn't meeting I feel like he meets my immediate needs, so therefore, what is he doing? How is he involved? Does he really care? But the truth of the matter is he showed us his love and the way in which he sent Jesus to meet our ultimate dissatisfaction, and that's being disconnected from him, being separated from him by our sin, and so meeting our greatest need, which is to be rescued.
So that's what we're about. We've said it a few times, and we just life is hard, and we want to be here. We want to be here for families, and that's what Back Bay is about. Yeah, absolutely. Back Bay Church. Absolutely. We understand, and we want to embrace people right where they are, right who they are, and bring them into satisfaction with Christ.
Absolutely. So. Yeah. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited. We're doing a lot of things. We're inviting people to be a part of our launch team. So if you want to be a part of our launch team, you can.
Absolutely.
And so if you're excited about church planting, if you're excited about reaching people for Jesus Christ on the coast, we want you to be involved. And we want to even train you and disciple you. We want to teach you about God. We want to teach you about the Bible. We want to do a lot of things.
Absolutely.
So, but we got to start with reaching people for Christ.
Yeah. If they want to know anything about it, they can check us out on our website. Social media.
We have a website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it starts with www.
Yeah, like a lot of them do.
Like a lot of the websites. It's backbaychurch.com. You can also follow us on all the Twittergrams, and so face to Twitters.
You're right.
Something like that. You can follow us on all the social medias, and all of them are at Back Bay Church.
Yep.
So very convenient.
Yeah.
So that's all we have to say to you. That's it.
That's all we got.